And the Oscar goes to Christian Bale.
Bloody hell, what a room full of talented and inspirational people, and what the hell am I doing here?
A journalist once asked a man, "Is there anything you're too scared to do for a movie?" The actor seriously responded,
I draw the line at jumping into fires or off buildings. I have my limits.
However, this man, known for pushing boundaries, casually downplayed his extreme dedication. He's the same actor who ate bugs for a realistic scene, always ready to push himself to the limit for a role. If a role required it, he could transform his body to resemble a bodybuilder. In another instance, because the script described his character as looking like he hadn't slept in a year, he astonishingly lost 62 pounds in less than a month, becoming extremely thin. This drastic weight loss was halted only by a doctor's urgent intervention. Just 6 months later, for his role as Batman, he increased his weight from 121 to 190 pounds, a dramatic change that seemed almost unbelievable to the audience. Today, we're discussing Christian Bale, an actor known for his extraordinary skill and willingness to take on challenging roles in Hollywood. Christian Bale was born in 1974 in Pembrokeshire, Wales, into an English family with a strong performing arts background. His mother was a circus performer, and his sister, uncle, and grandfather were all actors. Despite being destined for the stage, Bale's early life was marked by financial instability. His family moved frequently, living in 15 different towns by the time he was 15, including in Portugal, the UK, and the USA. Bale's acting career began early. At 8, he appeared in a fabric softener commercial, and at 9, in a cereal ad. By 10, he was performing in London's West End Theatre alongside Mr. Bean without any formal acting training. At 12, Bale starred in his first movie, Anastasia, The Mystery of Anna, playing the brother of the Russian Grand Duchess Anastasia. Recognizing his talent, a co-star recommended him to her husband Steven Spielberg, who was casting for Empire of the Sun. Bale's performance as Jim, a young British boy turned Japanese prisoner of war, was remarkable. He captured the character's confusion and fear with a depth of emotion and maturity beyond his years, earning a special award from the National Board of Review for outstanding juvenile performance. Despite his early success, the pressures of fame and the bullying he endured at school made him consider quitting acting, until he was invited by Kenneth Branagh to star in Henry V in 1989, marking his return to acting. Bale's career flourished over the next decade with a diverse range of roles in films like Newsies, Swing Kids, Little Women, and A Midsummer Night's Dream. He also voiced Thomas in Disney's Pocahontas and played Jesus in Mary, Mother of Jesus. By this time, Bale had established himself as a leading actor among his peers. In the new millennium, Bale took on the role of Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. His portrayal of the charming, handsome, and witty Wall Street broker who transforms into a serial killer by night was critically acclaimed. To embody the character's physical and psychological dichotomy, Bale rigorously trained his body and immersed himself in the dark mindset of the role. His performance in the controversial film was universally praised, making American Psycho one of his signature roles and cementing his status as a top Hollywood actor.
The one that immediately coming to mind is American Psycho. It's a funny movie if you're a sick bastard like I am.
Following this, Bale appeared in mainstream commercial films like Shaft, Equilibrium, and Reign of Fire, showcasing his versatility and laying a solid foundation for his future roles. Many remember this striking scene, a person on screen looking like a mummy, blurring the line between special effects and reality. This was the protagonist, Christian Bale, who at the time was not yet widely known. However, within just a year, he became a familiar name. Bale's transformation for The Machinist came during a personal low following the death of his father, whom he deeply admired. He spent long periods in solitude, uninterested in any scripts until The Machinist script came along. Perhaps resonating with the tragic character of Trevor, Bale committed to delivering an exceptional performance. The script required the character to look as if he hadn't slept for a year, prompting Bale to dramatically reduce his weight from about 183 pounds to 121 pounds in under 30 days. He initially aimed for about 77 pounds, stopping only after doctors warned of severe health risks. He eventually lost about 123 pounds. His performance in the film was remarkable, but his skeletal appearance was even more astonishing. creating a powerful visual impact. Following this role, Bale was chosen by Warner Brothers as the new Batman. To fit the character, he impressively gained weight, going from 121 pounds to 196 pounds in a few months, becoming a true muscle man. However, he exceeded the director's expectations and had to lose 33 pounds quickly before filming. Bale's ability to control his weight so effectively was almost like magic. To embody Batman, he also trained in Wing Chun and KC fighting techniques. The Batman series, marked by its ups and downs, stands apart from other superhero franchises like Superman and Spider-Man. Batman relies not on alien origins or genetic mutations, but on his own training and abilities. The combination of Christopher Nolan's brilliant direction and Bale's unique portrayal revitalized Batman's image. Bale's performance in Batman Begins was a success, capturing the Dark Knight's inner rage, the public persona of the carefree playboy Bruce Wayne, and his true, compassionate self. He became one of the most popular actors to play Batman. Each film of Nolan's Batman trilogy resonated with audiences. Batman Begins grossed $370 million against a $150 million budget. The Dark Knight gained extra attention due to Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker and his untimely death, pushing its box office beyond $1 billion. The final chapter, The Dark Knight Rises, also surpassed $1 billion, further cementing the legacy of the Batman series and bringing substantial profits to Warner Brothers. Following his success as Batman, Bale continued to push his limits, starring in Rescue Dawn, a film about a Vietnam War POW rescue mission. This movie, inspired by true events, features a protagonist who is 1.68 meters tall and weighs about 88 pounds. Bale, who was 183 meters tall and nearly 209 pounds after Batman, underwent a drastic weight loss to match the character. Eventually reaching 134 pounds, his commitment to realism didn't stop there. He personally handled snakes and immersed himself in cold mud for the role. In a particularly extreme move, he even ate live maggots as part of his survival in the wilderness, adding a raw and primal element to his performance. Following Batman, Bale continued to collaborate with leading Hollywood actors. He appeared alongside Russell Crowe in the Western action film 3:10 to Yuma, and with Johnny Depp in Public Enemies, a biographical crime film. A standout project was his 2006 collaboration with Hugh Jackman in The Prestige, directed by Christopher Nolan. This film, set in the Victorian era, revolves around two rival magicians and is as intricately plotted as the magician's own tricks, culminating in a brilliant ending.
The part we call The Prestige.
In 2009, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the original T-800, serving as the governor of California, Warner Brothers cast Bale as John Connor in Terminator Salvation. From 2010, Bale seemed to shift his focus towards award-worthy roles. In The Fighter, co-starring Mark Wahlberg, he swept over 30 awards, including the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. In 2013's American Hustle, he gained significant weight, tipping the scales at over 220 pounds, and earned nominations for Best Actor at both the Oscars and Golden Globes. His roles in The Big Short and Vice led to further Oscar nominations for Best Supporting Actor, and he won the Golden Globe for Best Actor for his portrayal of former U.S. Vice President Dick Cheney in Vice. In 2019, Bale starred in Ford v. Ferrari, a biographical film based on the true story of Ford's challenge to Ferrari's racing dominance. Co-starring Matt Damon as designer Carroll Shelby and Bale as legendary driver Ken Miles, the film narrates the story of two mavericks who initially butt heads, but eventually collaborate to create a legendary racing legacy. The film's critical and box office success was bolstered by its true story foundation. The film poignantly depicts how, due to Ford's demands, Ken missed out on becoming the first racer to win the Sebring 12 Hours, Daytona 24 Hours, and Le Mans 24 Hours in the same year, a feat still unmatched. Ken's tragic death in a test drive 2 months after Le Mans adds a layer of depth and realism to the story. At 152 minutes, the film excels in storytelling, direction, and supporting performances, earning Bale another Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor. Reflecting on the depth and intensity that Christian Bale brings to each of his roles, let's hear some of his own words that shed light on his approach to life and acting.
That don't work, we're nastier.
We're gonna make history.
Whatever you do, do it completely. Don't do it half-arsed. Do it more than anybody else would. I don't care if it's sweeping a floor or painting a wall or playing a part. Do it like it's the most important thing in the world, and it will be. You'll make it that way. And if you approach every aspect of your life with that kind of intensity, you'll achieve a lot. You might not get exactly where you thought you'd be, but you'll find that the journey and the achievements you make along the way are just as rewarding. It's not who you are underneath, it's what you do that defines you. I think that's a very important message that is often lost in our culture today. We're so focused on the superficial on the cover of the book, but the true essence of a person is revealed through their actions, their commitment, their integrity, and their intention to make a positive impact. I have this theory that depending on your attitude, your life doesn't have to become this ridiculous charade that it seems so many people end up living. You can choose to live in a more thoughtful, meaningful way if you're willing to question the status quo and take responsibility for your life. It's about making conscious choices every day and living with intention, not just going through the motions.
Christian Bale, though yet to win an Oscar for Best Actor, has proven his acting prowess through numerous nominations. He has consistently transformed himself for roles, delivering powerful visual impacts and contrasts. His dedication and professionalism set him apart as one of Hollywood's most committed actors, earning respect not through popularity or hype, but through sheer talent and hard work.